Welcome back. Let's find out if we've gotten anything wrong so far. For that, we go to Michael Moynihan.
Hi, Andy.
Hi, Michael.
How's it going?
Good.
I looked up that kid there, the Levi Johnston. It is Johnston, and
Yeah.
he's no good. He's just I believe that he's a ne'er-do-well.
Is he a ne'er-do-well? Yeah.
Yeah. Bad kid.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He's a meddling kid.
He's a meddling kid.
Yeah.
So where do we begin here? NASCAR, the beginning, these different octanes that Sherrod was talking about, the dentist strip club analogy that Greg was talking about. I just want to say you can't fact check things that are completely incoherent. Thank you.
Hey, Michael?
Yes.
You could have brought up the fact that NASCAR uses, I think it's called E15 fuel, which
Yes,
is ethanol.
they do. They use E15, which is a mix, ethanol mix, and is a great boon to the corn scam and all these subsidies.
Yes.
You can look that up at home.
Absolutely.
All right, Andy, actually, let me call you out on something.
Please.
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
You said if the EPA does partner with other sports, and then you trailed off on something. But this is true. They do actually partner with other sports. And I just wanted to say, the NHL, which you mentioned, is the first professional sports league to join the EPA's Green Power Partnership.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means. They source power from wind farms in Iceland or something.
Yes.
What now?
That was the NHL because half of the league is in Canada. They already had that.
They're a hockey team, I take it.
Rangers!
Yeah.
Yeah.
The NHL was so green. Give those melting glaciers their ice.
So that's what I
They've got
said.
lots of ice.
That's what I said.
The Major League Baseball is also, according to one website,
Yankees!
has emerged as a powerful leader in the green movement. So,
Well, one reason why the NHL is one of the leading sports to do that is because half of the teams are in Canada, and Canada are already behind that more than this country. So,
in what?
just green energy and all that type of stuff.
They have the tar sands. They're just polluting
Yankees!
everything. Tar sands! Andy, I get one more bone to pick with you, primarily because
Please.
Greg is on the panel tonight, and I want to make sure that I come back.
Sure.
So I don't want to focus on him. But you said, like, this creates jobs. And you're a libertarian. I mean, aren't these in some ways make-work jobs? Like, you
Thank
give a
you.
guy $50 to dig a hole and another guy $50 to shovel it in?
I think the thing I said created jobs was me joining a gym and then not going.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah. And I stand by that.
I was too bothered by Jill was talking about how she doesn't go to the gym anymore, and that's not true.
Rangers!
That's not true. I go to Jill's gym, and
I just go
I've
to
been
the
watching
garden.
it. Yeah. Oh, I've seen her there too.
Is he a Bills fan or something?
Yeah, I'm into sports today. Apparently, I love sports.
Rangers?
Rangers.
Jill was so much more effective at that.
Yeah.
than
You should
are.
start shouting out minor league baseball teams.
Yeah. Yours was more of a question.
Yeah.
See, if Andy was doing halftime, he would be so annoyed right now.
Yeah.
He would.
See, that's why I should come back.
You
more
mean
often.
by the fact that people on the table
annoying?
are all talking like this and not giving Michael a chance to do anything?
I'll tell you who's annoyed right now is the viewers. Stop screaming.
Why bring up those three people?
The people are annoyed.
Come on.
All right, everybody shut up, because America's annoyed.
There you go.
There you go. New York Free Speech. Greg said Jill's website was IHateMinorities.com. It's actually .dk. It's in Denmark for some reason.
There's a backstory. You don't want to hear it.
Greg's Danish backstory. Needs to be a star 69 of the internet. There is such a thing, Greg. It's the IP address.
Right.
Which people can, if they are violating the law, be tracked down, as we saw in the recent case of the hacker group Anonymous.
But that's a lot of work for the average lame person.
Layperson can't do this. Only authorities can do this.
Yeah, we need an app. Somebody
app
needs
for
an
it.
app.
I
don't even
have,
know what that means.
An app?
Make an app for it.
Make an app.
don't know.
Bill, make an app right now.
I have an IP address, but it is a fetish site, and again, 18 and over, 18 and over.
God.
A disgusting website, also hosted in Denmark. Greg, let me keep going back to you, so I don't feel like I'm sucking up. Seinfeld heckling analogy. True. It works, but that's not illegal, right? There's no legality there. And just like the websites, the clubs can adjudicate that, right, and kick people out.
Right.
I don't know what adjudicate means, but I will say this.
I don't
At least
either.
there's a face-to-face kind of thing, and you can answer the people that are responding to you, and which is why I was talking
Yes.
about it. Anonymous commenters are like people heckling you from outside the club.
Yes.
And what people like to face their tormentors.
Yeah.
And that's the weird thing about this is like freedom of speech is designed for people who are helpless to be able to say what they want to say. But what we're looking at are people that are tormenting other people cowardly.
Right.
And that's different. And I guess you can't legislate it. I don't know. But all I'm saying is there has to be some way in which I could say, I know who you are, you little,
Right.
Moynihan.
You're on television.
Yeah.
I just want to say you did sound. God.
What's that?
Oh my
Like,
God.
is that Stallone?
Wow.
Is that
Wow,
Lemmy
my
from
beard is
Motorhead?
really coming in.
Goodness.
Is this some new experiment they're doing? What the hell? Did one of our cameramen just have a heart attack and lean against the
Check on
camera?
Check on him.
The last thing he saw.
Yeah.
Nobody's even questioning the fact that that happened.
Why, after 5.5 years, why would we question? Why would we question
No,
that?
somebody down in the control room had a stroke and landed on a button.
I'm sure they'll be fine. Michael, continue.
I can see him from here. He looks okay.
Yeah.
Look, on that, Greg, you did sound a bit soft there, like a little soft lefty. The powerless getting the right to free speech. We all get the right to free speech, even the powerful. But I will say, I think the thing that's problematic about this is the quote from the legislator there, who said that this should eliminate mean-spirited and baseless political attacks. I mean, who decides what's baseless political attacks?
I agree completely with you.
Yeah.
I think it's dangerous territory. However, there has to be a way for somebody to be able to say, I know it's you.
Right.
That's all. That's why it needs to be an easier way to get an IP address or somebody's name. I mean, you don't have to post your name, but just find out who they are. It's like star 69ing a crank
But okay,
call.
but should that only be in America? Because in other countries, you're talking about people who post anonymously because they'll get killed or go to
Yes.
jail.
Yes,
Yeah.
and incidentally, all of this is moot because if these servers would have to be in New York and they could just offload them to another country.
Well, then why are we doing this story?
I don't know.
This is what happens when I'm not hosting.
Nobody runs them by me. I mean, goodness. What was I saying? Was that Bill? No, Andy said that the bathrooms don't have walls anymore. I don't know what mine do.
All right.
The ones that you hang out with.
I guess you're old school.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, 18th and 10th Avenue. I know what you're
Uptight,
talking
Mr.
about.
Uptight. No, I gotta have walls in my bathroom.
I don't want Andy looking at me. Andy will look at other people.
Let's see.
What do you have like locks on your doors too?
Are you guys still talking? Unbelievable.
Shades on his windows.
Let's see. Nobody, when we were talking about Levy John Stone, the Alaskan multimillionaire who lost it all in a Ponzi scheme with jet skis or something. Greg, you said that he named his kid Beretta.
Middle name.
You are almost right. It was his
Breeze
middle name.
Beretta.
Breeze Beretta.
Oh, my God.
Now, Jill was right when she said, I'm sort of right, said hunting lodge that he conceived, or
Yeah.
she, or whatever the gender Breeze Beretta is, was conceived at a hunting lodge. I want to read you
beautiful story.
a quote that is Walt Whitman-esque from Little Levi. We were out in the cabin for like 4 days, and like I forgot the birth control. This kid's gonna go far. I think Andy in his lead-in said that he's not very punctual with his payments. That's a very generous way of putting it.
I like to be generous.
He's 2 years behind.
Oh,
And by the way, it's only 30-some-odd thousand, and if he made $1 million, I mean, what's going on there?
Who knows? I tried to find where he made this million. You're not making $1 million from a semi-defunct magazine like Playgirl. But, there were people, and I should say this before we have to go, I'm pointing, that thought he was going to go far.
Yeah.
And his book was blurbed by an Irish chap named Lawrence O'Donnell, who apparently has some sort of television show. And he said he's honest, he's straightforward, he's not embarrassed, which is kind of a non-blurb. He's not embarrassed. He should be, but he's not.
that goes back to what you were saying, Greg, about these people used him and then just tossed him aside.
Yeah, it's funny you bring up Lawrence O'Donnell because a lot of people make money in different ways. For example, if you look at any back pages of a muscle magazine, you can be paid hourly for simply posing.
You're telling me.
And it's possible that maybe. What the hell is going on?
Hey, I'm not arguing, man. I'm on the screen.
Is that the Night Stalker, Richard
Levi
Ramirez?
was probably maybe making some money posing for certain celebrities. Who knows? Posing.
All right. Well, the final thing. I don't.
I'm just
not-
asking questions.
I'm not at time, but I just want to say, Greg, your porn pod idea is awesome, and you totally stole it from Get Smart. So.
I know I did. It's like the cone of silence, but the cone of pleasure.
I thought it was more similar to the Orgasmatron.
I think it's a melding of the two.
Yeah.
Well, the cone of silence you can see through,
And
but
that's
the
what
cone of pleasure you can't.
Right. Okay.
And that's what a great inventor does, melds the two.
Absolutely.
Nerds.
Thank you, Greg, from America.
Thank you.
Are you done?
I think I'm done.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Coming up, does worshiping the Dark Lord help when it comes to entertainment reporting? Jill Dobson discusses her new book, Satan is My Source, after the break. But first, should a man be able to sue his ex for breaking an engagement? Well, if that engagement was a night at the opera, then hell no, opera sucks. But that's probably not what this story is about.
You definitely take.
Dear Bowflex, my